WNBA Dallas Wings. But tonight, a sold-out crowd is on hand in Arlington to see a preseason game featuring a matchup between the team's number 5 overall draft pick, J.C. Sheldon, and the consensus NCAA Player of the Year, Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever. Record TV ratings, new highs in season ticket sales, and now a sold-out exhibition game as one of the most celebrated rookies makes her debut. Tonight it's the Dallas Wings and the Indiana Fever, presented by Texas Life Insurance. Hello again, everybody, and this year we are going to be joined by the Hall of Famer herself, Sheryl Swoopes. She was the first person ever to sign a WNBA contract, 3-time MVP. And Sheryl, when you see we have a sold-out exhibition game, the growth of women's basketball, you have to be pretty proud.
Absolutely. Can't believe it's an exhibition game, but I'm so proud to be a part of it. Women's basketball has always been exciting and great, but where we are today, this movement is something we've always wanted. Absolutely.
Now, this is the debut of the 2-time Naismith Player of the Year and the all-time leading scorer, men or women, in college basketball, Caitlin Clark. We'll be talking about her throughout the game, but there's one Dallas Wings player familiar with Caitlin Clark. J.C. Sheldon, the number 1 pick by Dallas this year, played at Ohio State. They kind of got to know each other during the season.
Yeah, J.C. Sheldon has come into training camp and has been very impressive. To your point, the last time she and Caitlin met up, she had 24 points, 9 assists. J.C. Sheldon can flat out score the basketball, and I am so excited to see what she does tonight.
Coaches are so high on her, and earlier tonight, a third member of our broadcast team, Siobhan Herndon, had a chance to spend some time with J.C.
J.C., again, congratulations. Welcome to the WNBA. How has this week been for you as you adjust?
It's been awesome. It's been a really good experience working with these girls and learning from them and kind of learning their offense and defense. So it's been a lot of fun.
Now, you and Caitlin have had some head-to-head matchups going back to the Big Ten, most recently March 3rd. What is it going to be like going against her again tonight?
Yeah, anytime you get a chance to compete, it's exciting. That's what competitors love to do, so we're looking forward to it.
Is there anything we can expect from you tonight in tonight's game?
Just the team that's going to go out there and work their butt off offensive and defensively, so we can't wait.
Thank you for your time.
All right, Siobhan. Siobhan will be bringing us stories from the sideline throughout tonight. Now let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Baylor Scott and White Health. Now, between the two teams, 28 players are dressed. Of course, Satu Sabali out tonight. She won't be back till after probably the Olympic break with that shoulder surgery. Also, Katie Lou Samuelson tweaked an ankle. She will not play, but we're going to see a lot of players tonight. This is the starting 5, probably the starting 5 for Indiana when game 1. Now, for the Dallas Wings, the sort of surprise, Jaylen Brown. She's going to be getting the starting nod, the rookie out of Cal. There is the head coach of Indiana. What a job Christy Sides did last year. We spent some time with her last year and again this season. She set a culture last year and was based on defense and discipline. And there is the head coach of the Dallas Wings in her second year, Latricia Trammell, second in Coaching of the Year award to Stephanie White, of course, of Connecticut. She has had an outstanding camp. She's telling us last couple of days in practice is that they've had to scrimmage more because this is their only exhibition game.
Yeah, you know, the exciting thing about it for both teams is they're ready to play somebody else. They're tired of playing against each other in practice, and this is the perfect opportunity for players to show what they can bring.
And our officials this evening, Jeff Wooten, Jeffrey Smith, and Jenna Cross, and we are underway. Both coaches saying that this is going to be a huge test. They want to see where they are in camp. And here is Caitlin Clark and the crowd already standing.
What an atmosphere for a preseason game.
Veronica Burton, they played head-to-head against each other. Burton played at Northwestern. She said she knew Caitlin was smart and feisty. Inside, that is the strong game of Nalissa Smith, the former Baylor Bear.
Well, I know Indiana, there's been a lot of hype around Caitlin, rightfully so, but let's not forget about the talent that they had last year and players they bring back, and we just saw that in what Nalissa Smith can do down low.
And that's the thing with Caitlin Clark coming in as a rookie. She is surrounded by good players. Natasha Howard from the outside can't get it to go. Howard coming off one of her best seasons ever. This is what Indiana wants to do, and Howard with a rejection.
I mean, Natasha Howard, one of the best things that she does is defensively, she is going to block some shots.
45 blocks last year. Clark for three.
And for a rookie, and Caitlin's a different type of rookie, right? She's that rookie that has tons of pressure on her because of what she's done. There is no better feeling to be able to knock down your first shot, especially on the road.
One of the great articles I read about Caitlin Clark, they said she has redefined what a good shot is. Look how far out she was.
Well, and defensively, and Veronica Burton's a pretty good defender, but that time Jaylen Brown just a little too late getting out on Caitlin. She does not need a lot of time to get her shot off, and that was just a great, well-executed out-of-bounds play.
Foul was on Caitlin Clark. Veronica Burton, her third year, her first 2 years, missed only 3 free throw attempts, 63 of 66. She has to show the coaches that she can run this point guard. The problem, she lacks shooting, and boy, she just got picked hard by Smith. But her defense is good, and her assists are good. Here is Clark, a little pump fake, Howard on her. Smith, she can shoot the three, can't get that one. Boston pulls it away. Boston, the rookie of the year with a left hand.
Well, again, even though this is a preseason game, you got to know both teams are coming in, trying to establish themselves and show each other what they're going to be able to do on the offensive end as well as the defensive end.
Now, Tiara McCowan, I should say, was trying to get position on the inside. The two bigs of Dallas, McCowan and Kalani Brown, they kind of have been challenged by Alyssa Smith and Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston, Alyssa Smith said, hey, we're the two best bigs. Dallas said, not so fast.
They said, hold up a minute.
Erica Wheeler last year averaged just under 10 points a ball game. She is instant energy, celebrated her 33rd birthday yesterday. And here comes Wheeler. Over 5 assists a game, or 5 assists a game last season. I mean, you think about that. 5 assists by her, and then you have Caitlin Clark, which she did last year at Iowa with assists.
And you know, Ron, when it's for Dallas, they have 5 players that they have to cut.
Yeah.
I always say, try to find, as a player, try to find something that you bring that's different from what they already have. And for Veronica Burton, to your point, she needs to show that she can be that lockdown defender, and this is a great test for her going up against Caitlin Clark.
Jaylen Brown, perseverance with a capital P, gets her first WNBA points. She last played in the United States at Cal back in 2020. Averaged over 15 a ball game that season. Pull-up jumper rattled around by Wheeler.
Indiana right now, offensively, they are clicking on all cylinders. For me, I think what's going to be important is we know Indiana, they have the players that can score the ball, but defensively, can they defend and stop other players from other teams from scoring?
Well, last year Indiana was 10th in pace. Christy Sides telling us Clark rattles her second three. Caitlin Clark is not disappointing the sellout crowd. 2 from beyond the arc already. She's got 6. Here it is again, Cheryl.
I mean, she's just so crafty with the basketball, and you cannot give her any space to get the shot off because she does not need a lot of time.
And the lead balloons to 11.
Man, she's a phenomenon.
She'll be the biggest female star.
She's the best female collegiate player ever.
With the first pick, the Indiana Fever select.
We are live here at the Brooklyn Academy of Music at BAM's Howard Gilman Opera House, ready for the 2024 WNBA Draft. As you can see, the attendees here with so many special people in their lives. The crowd is ready to go.
It's clear that women's sports, and specifically the WNBA, are more than a moment. With the first pick,
that Indiana Fever selects
Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Well, Caitlin Clark hugging her family, her brothers, Blake and Colin, her father Brent, her mother Ann, and heading to the podium. She is officially a member of the Indiana Fever after as decorated a collegiate career as we have ever seen.
Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark. I told her to pause, but I didn't talk to you guys.
anytime you can bring in an elite, talented
J.C. Sheldon, the first-round pick of the Dallas Mavericks this season, 5th overall. Latricia Trammell from day one said she's confident, she has quick hands, but even quicker feet. You can see what she's done, second-team AP All-American. She's brought energy, and over the last couple of days, we've talked to the majority of the team. Everybody raves about their newest teammate.
Now, from what Coach Trammell said about JC, offensively, I think she knew what she could bring, scoring the basketball. She can score from everywhere on the floor, but she's been very impressed on the defensive end, how quick her feet are, how quick her hands are, and she just steps up and is willing to accept the challenge.
Well, she had 62 steals last year at Ohio State. She does have quick hands. Now they've got to slow down this Indiana offense that has scored on 6 of their first 7 possessions. Maddie Siegrist, last year's first-round pick, also in the ball game. She is going to be splitting time at the 3 spot with Satu Sabali out, along with Jalen Brown as of right now. Boston had to put a body on Tierra McCowan. Boston picks up the foul.
Well, again, it is a preseason game, but these players are out here to compete.
Yeah. Both coaching staff have an idea of what they're going to do to manage minutes. Brown from the outside. She's got her first WNBA 3.
And one thing Sheldon can do, she can come in, she can run the point, she can create not only for herself, but for her teammates. And I just love the energy that she's bringing off the bench already for Dallas.
And we saw that with Maddie Siegrist last year. She came off the bench, had interest, and again, Jalen Brown.
Let's go, Jalen Brown. She said, y'all might not know my name, but you will know my name after tonight.
We will tell her story in a little bit, but talked to her before the game. She said, I'm not nervous. She goes, my family out in California, they're going to be very nervous. This time, J.C. Shelton on Clark. This is going to be good. Shot clock at 1. The pull-up, no. And here comes Jalen Brown, just a rookie, not drafted in 2020. Enrique, no. Dallas will have it. Let's go back to Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown just at the right spot at the right time. Sheldon penetrating, finding Jalen Brown behind the arc for 3. Not once, but twice. It's good.
She was impressive on Sunday. Day 1 of practice. Maddie Siegrist, who worked on her shooting with Athletes Unlimited in the offseason, can't get that one to go. Here's Indiana. One of the things that Christy Sides was telling us is they've got to learn how to win. Now, they finished 13-27 last year, but they were the best ever 13-27.
Right.
16 losses for Christy last year by single digits.
Well, they were in so many close games last year, but that happens a lot when you have a young team. And this Indiana Fever team is a very young team.
Well, J.C. Shelton is going to be called for the foul, and one of those slick shots by Caitlin Clark.
Gotta love that matchup. And this is just the first of so many that we're going to see.
We are seeing the future of the WNBA also. And here is Caitlin Clark. Said she tries to duplicate her game after the great Maya Moore, LeBron, Pete Maravich. I just like to say she is Caitlin Clark.
She is her.
She's her. Said she even had a chance to spend some time and talk to Sue Bird about what it was going to be like. Michael Volpel of ESPN.com wrote a great article comparing first-round guards that were picked in the first round and where they stand. Sue Bird, I think, still will be the standard, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Sue Bird did so much for the WNBA and continues to do so much for the league.
Brown again. Maddie Segrist tries to battle for the rebound. Melissa Smith pulls it away. Melissa, who last season really upped her game, and it started in the offseason, and she continues to work hard. Christy Wallace, Boston baseline, rolls it around. So we've got a couple of Baylor Bears on the floor. Christy Wallace, of course, played for Kim Mulkey at Baylor. Here is Arike. Inside of 10 to shoot. Segrist sets the pick. Arike's got her first.
And you know, it's just a matter of time before Arike finds the bottom of the net.
Now finished 5th in points per game last season, over 21 a game. Caitlin Clark off the mark, rebound Arike. And that's part of Arike's game that blossomed last year. Rebounding and assists. Very unselfish last year. Kiera McCowan rolls it over.
This is going to be a battle for so many years to come with Tiara, Aaliyah Boston, Kalani Brown, so many great bigs in the league right now.
10-2 run for Dallas. They started 1 of 4 shooting. Since then, 4 of 8. Boston reverse. No. T-Mac pulls it away. Shelton wants to push it. From the corner, the rejection on the shot. Brown gets her own rebound, back to Arike. Count it.
You know, and for a shooter, sometimes all you need is to see the first one go through the net, and you know that the rest are just gonna fall also. And Arike, she is just a bucket.
That's what Krista Gerlich told me about you at Texas Tech. They wanted the offensive foul. Not going to get it. Caitlin Clark with her 3rd from beyond the arc.
Ooh. I don't know about that one.
2:40 to play, and Arike. Both coaches telling us they want to use this game as a barometer. I go back to last season when both coaches said, we're going to monitor minutes. And you and I were talking, throw that out the window. They're competitors.
Listen, I'm just going to say it now. I need to see a game. Coach, just let them play. This is both Indiana and Dallas. Just let them play.
And the lead is cut to 2. Arike is going to go out. Wallace picks up her first personal foul. Lexi Hull goes out, and Grace Berger, the very talented second-year player out of Indiana, checks in for the Fever. She's a player that has really upped her shooting. Wheeler lost the handle. That'll be over and back. That'll be the second turnover. Arike sits down after hitting 6 of the last 8 Dallas field goal attempts. Sheldon. That is Sev Uzun out of Turkey. Sheldon's first basket is a 3.
That is a big bucket. J.C. Sheldon has come in this game off the bench, brought so much energy defensively, and now she's stepping up and knocking down big shots for the Wings.
How about that? Segrist and Sheldon come in. They go on a 15-5 run. Here's Berger. Segrist got a piece of it. And that is going to be a whistle and a foul. Nice job on the rebound. Taken away by Emma Cannon. Let's go back to J.C. Sheldon's first basket. Averaged about 18 a game last year at Ohio State.
Well, she's just spotting up at the right place for her teammate to find her, to be able to step up and knock down a 3.
Demi Benlay made the foul. The rookie out of USC. Or I should say third player. She did have some time at Minnesota, whistling a foul underneath. Opening week for the 2024 Dallas Wings season is May 15th and May 18th versus Angel Reese, former Dallas Wing, Marina Mabry, and the Chicago Sky. Both games get underway at 7 o'clock. The opener on May 15th, presented by Wendy's, is sold out, but tickets remain for the game on May 18th. All you got to do is go to DallasWings.com to get more information. Foul was on Berger. And here's Sev Uzun, the 26-year-old, been playing professional basketball since she was 16 years old, back in her home country of Turkey.
You know, and internationally, overseas, they start playing at a very young age. So she's been a professional for some good years before she came to the WNBA.
Smith inside, whistle. That's going to be impeding a little progress by Nalissa Smith. Foul's going to be called. Go back to Sev, though. Interesting story. She told me that about 3 or 4 years ago, the WNBA really became a dream for her, but she knew she had to take certain steps to get there. She told us this week, this is just another one of those steps to play in the league.
Well, and the fact that she understands that, you know, and I always say everybody's journey is different. For her to understand that and embrace that and find herself at the Dallas Wings training camp this year, you just never know where she may end up. Even if she doesn't make this team, she could still end up in the WNBA.
Nalissa Smith finished last year 4th in the league in rebounding. Sheldon pulls away after the miss. The lead is 2. Indiana has led by as many as 11. Uzun off the back of the iron. Sheldon tries to get the rebound. Berger pokes it ahead. The layup counted and a foul.
Erica Wingler really good in transition and also understanding when to attack the basket, just getting all the way to the hole, finishing, drawing the foul, and one.
That's one of the things that Christy Sides wants to do. They were 10th in pace last year. She said, now we have bigs who can run. That's checking into the lineup, former West Virginia Mountaineer, in front of about 40 family members. And Katrina Pardee. She said, we've got players that can run. They actually do drills where they time players from point A to point B. They want their bigs to run, but more importantly, she said, our guards have to rebound and run.
Well, and usually when your guards can rebound the basketball and get it and push in transition, that's going to make your team a quicker, faster-paced team and allow you to get a lot of easy buckets without setting up your half-court offense.
And it also kind of worked conversely on Indiana last year because teams were able to score at over 70% on transition against the Fever.
You talked about Maddie Siegrist playing in AU this year. Maddie, along with Kalani Brown, and for Indiana, you had Lexi Hall, Grace Berger, Kelsey Mitchell. So many WNBA players playing in AU, but Maddie was so impressive. Being able to call the games, watching her, I really appreciate how hard she plays, and that's on both ends of the floor. She can score the basketball, but she also can defend as well.
I remember one game I was listening to you, and you said she was the most improved player that year.
She absolutely was. Yeah, I became a fan this season in AU of Maddie Siegrist.
She is an incredible person off the court. Siegrist got a piece of it. Knocked it away from Smith. Dallas will have it.
I love how she just made me look good there.
It's called doing it on cue. It's doing it on cue.
Well, just pressuring the basketball, but understanding, coming over, help side, able to get a hand on it. Nice block by Maddie.
About a 9-second difference shot in the game clock. Backdoor to Siegrist.
Nice pass by Sev.
You know, talking to the coaching staff about Uzun, just 26 years of age, said she is so smooth. Plays both ends of the floor now. Pardee gets an elbow from Wheeler. Wheeler to the hole, no. Rebound, Cannon had it, lost it. Sev picks it up. Siegrist hit one at half court during shoot around today, couldn't do that. But the rookies have stood out tonight. Caitlin Clark hitting 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. J.C. Sheldon Coming off the bench for Dallas and sparking a big run. One is in the books. Dallas has the lead by 3.
The first word that comes to mind when I hear Candace Parker is most certainly historical.
She was amazing.
Candace Parker, 2008 Rookie of the Year and MVP. The most versatile women's basketball player that we've ever laid eyes on.
Parker on the run. We're going to get a dunk here. Yes! She did it!
First word that comes to mind when I hear Candace Parker has to be legend. Legendary.
A GOAT.
GOAT. I've looked up to Candace Parker since I really started playing basketball, and I've made sure she knows that.
When we talk about the game of basketball, she's certainly a player that revolutionized the sport, both in how we play and also how we approach it from a business perspective.
She's been able to blur the lines of what it means to be a post player and a guard. Sometimes you can think of post players and just limit them to one specific role, but I mean, Candace is able to do anything she wants. She has the vision of a point guard. She's able to push breaks.
Her ability to impact the game through different ways, not just through scoring, but her passing ability, her rebounding ability, and her ability to create shots for the teammates around her.
The best part about playing with Candace was how much I learned, how much I was challenged to be better in my role.
And she wanted everybody around her to win. She poured into every single person because she didn't want it to just be about her.
She's a great role model on and off the court that people look up to. She definitely just means a lot to our league.
She just was a winner.
We're very thankful for everything that she's been able to do as an individual and just help shape our league into what it is today.
I'm so proud of you, Daisy. I love you. I'm your sister. Hearts, sisters. Physic.
Oh my gosh, that's so special. I wish I could give her a hug, but that means everything.
Wings go on a 23-9 run in the final 6:25 to take the advantage. A moment ago, Siobhan caught up with Wings head coach Latricia Trammell.
I'm here with head coach Latricia Trammell. It's just a preseason game.
It feels like a real game. I mean, it's serious. Like we're in season in June. It's amazing.
This is incredible. You got to see that they have Caitlin Clark on their side. But I want to talk about your two rookies. You got J.C. Sheldon. You got Jalen Brown. Talk about them.
Well, you can probably see I'm trying to get everyone in. I mean, this is our only preseason game, and we got to make cuts, unfortunately. But those rookies, I mean, they're playing like they've been here 1,000 times playing at this level. And so I'm just extremely proud so far. We got to get better defensively, though.
Coach, I'll let you get back to your team.
You knew LT is going to get the word defense in. Her first T-shirt she wore at practice Sunday was defense. Kalani's going to get fouled on the play. Dallas made 8 of the final 15 field goals to end that opening quarter. And there is a player, Kalani Brown, what a year last season. She came to training camp, played extremely well as Boston picks up her second, but it was a numbers game. They had to release her, called her back on a hardship. They couldn't let her go after that. She was outstanding.
Well, you know, I always say you control the things you can control. And what Kalani Brown can control is her effort, her attitude, getting better. Kalani Brown lost so much weight, and she stayed ready. She stayed ready for the moment, the opportunity, and she is right where she belongs.
Absolutely. She had an incredible year last year. She said, I had to come in and embrace the opportunity, and she did just that. Lead is 4. Here is Boston playing with 2 fouls. Again, both coaches trying to manage the minutes. Kalani swipes it away up ahead to Crystal Dangerfield, who was the creator last year. Pardee, back of the iron, no. Here is Wheeler. Might want to mention also, we just found out, Kelsey Mitchell is not here, and Damiris Dantas also not here for Indiana. Here comes Enrique. Pardee was one of the most prolific three-point shooters in West Virginia history. Can't get it to go. Christy Wallace. This is the Boston cleans it up.
I think everybody stopped playing because they were looking for a travel.
No, really. Boston's one of those players in the 3 games that Dallas won 2 of those, played quite well. She averaged over 19 points against the Wings last season. Tosh Howard walked with it. Go the other way as Clark will come back into the lineup.
Well, I mean, let's not forget, she is the reigning Rookie of the Year in Boston. And you gotta know, just by adding Caitlin Clark from an offensive standpoint is only going to open up the paint for Leah Boston to be even that much more dominant.
You know, you talk about how good of a passer she is, and Lynn Dunn, the general manager, who actually also was on Seattle's staff when Sue Bird was drafted, said she's got such strong hands. That is a 3 that's rattled around. Benley in her 4th year. Hasn't played in the W, though, since 2019. Is Veronica Burton. And Stephanie Suarez will come into the lineup for Dallas. Next break in the action. Enrique, step back, classic 3. No Wheeler getting extended minutes.
Erica Wheeler is just that vet that Indiana needs for such a young squad. Just doing a nice job of recognizing when to push the ball and attack the basket or to pull it back out and run a half-court set. She is going to be really, really good for this young Indiana team.
Well, now Indiana on a 7-0 run. They look to extend it after the miss. Wheeler, career high assists per game, best assist to turnover ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push, fall away, buries it. And a little reaction for the crowd. Wow, that's exciting. Clark is not disappointing. 14 points here in the first half already.
Listen, that's a tough shot. And it helps if you're able to push off a little bit and not get called.
Exactly.
But that's a tough shot.
But Enrique, she checks in with 8 points in the ballgame. Second team WNBA last year. This time the shot won't go down. Enrique looks to push, lost it a minute. Enrique left open. Can't make him pay. Howard, great effort inside.
Good hustle. That's the OG right there.
Natasha Howard, the 2nd highest points per game last season. Let's go back to Caitlin Clark.
Well, you know, Caitlin, she's really, really good and savvy with the basketball in her hands. And going left, she's always going to pull up for a 3. And Natasha Howard just doing yeoman's work on the boards. I see you, OG.
With that, we've got a timeout. 6:31 left to play in the opening half. It doesn't feel like an exhibition. Indiana leads by 2.
Caitlin Luke Holmes here. I just want to say congratulations on being the #1 pick in the WNBA draft. That's incredible. I know I can speak for everybody all across the United States and the world probably that we've enjoyed watching you these last couple of years, and we can't wait to continue to do so. So congratulations, you earned it. Can't wait to see you out there.
Luke Combs! That's my favorite artist of all time. That's pretty cool. He's a big women's basketball fan, so I appreciate him. That's amazing. I was not expecting that. Hi, it's Caitlin Clark. Come along with me. 2024 Indiana Fever Media Day behind the scenes. Oh, yeah. Are they all for me? Oh, no, there's not a tree. I'm sorry. Defense! Defense! I couldn't hear myself, so I have no idea what I sounded like. I could have sounded like anything. Oh, God. I'm a really bad artist. Game. Not game. Smiley person. People should know who it is. No, I did good. I gave you the headband, and then I did your hair down, and I also did a bun, so it looks a little weird on paper, but just know I was going for both. Am I? Yeah. Cool. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm feeling good. It's moving smooth. It's fun. We got some fun stations. We got some serious stations. Solid day so far. Are you ready? Hi, I'm Caitlin Clark, and this is... Wait, what am I saying again? Hi, it's Caitlin Clark, and we're playing Would You Rather.
It's time to rewind with Wendy's. Let's rewind to September 1st last season in Indianapolis. Satou Sabally scored a career-high 40. She sank 13 of 19 field goals, hit a staggering 7 of 10 from beyond the arc, including 5 of those in the fourth quarter alone. The Wings were able to clinch a playoff berth with that victory, which was their 20th of the season. And, of course, they celebrated by soaking down Satou Sabally. That was a fun game to call. And Satou on the bench tonight, shoulder surgery. They're expecting her back probably right after the All-Star break. That's one of the reasons Dallas is now picked 8th in the preseason polls for the WNBA, because of what she did last year, the WNBA's most improved player.
Satou came out of her shell last year, and she, I think, took the league by storm. And for Dallas right now, when you look at the pieces they have and the players they're playing without Sabally, 8th, I don't know, because Dallas was pretty good last year. And J.C. Sheldon, to me, is only going to make them a better team this year.
I agree 100%. And the thing about Sabally, you got to remember the first 3 years, I think she played like 44 games total. She was injured, and of course, gets injured this year. But last year, she was healthy. But she just embraced everything. The leadership role, the scoring, the rebounding, the assists, and defense.
And Ron, it makes such a big difference when you can play healthy. You know, a lot of players play through little nagging injuries and things like that, but when you can come out and you are 100% healthy, it makes a big difference, and Satou was able to do that last season.
Clark on Burton. 8 to shoot. Suarez likes the 3. Doesn't get it. Offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, that's working. That's working, big girl. You got Aaliyah Boston and Tierra McCowan. What a matchup.
Suarez coming off that knee injury, her final year, only year at Iowa State. Was drafted by the Wings for 2023, didn't play. That's going to be a jump ball. Here it is after the miss by Suarez.
Yeah, and Tierra McCowan's always going to find herself around the basket, there to clean up the boards. Nice putback for 2.
Dallas was the #1 offensive rebounding team in the league last year, #1 rebounding team. Only team in the W last year to average double-digit offensive rebounds at 11.8. Look at Howard. She ran. Veronica Burton didn't see her.
Yeah, she wanted it. She wanted that one.
Howard floats left, shoots right. Rebound pulled away by former Texas Longhorn Celeste Taylor. The steal. Here comes Burton. Suarez runs with her and tries to post up on Taylor. Natasha.
I would have loved to have seen Veronica Burton put the ball on the deck and attack the basket.
Oh, what a slick pass. Caitlin Clark averaged 8.9 assists last season.
Great pass. Aaliyah Boston at the right place. Nice catch and finish.
Aaliyah Boston told us earlier today, she says, I just got to remember to get to the right place, because if I do, I know Clark's going to get me the ball.
She's going to find you.
Celeste Taylor finished her college career at Ohio State. 2 years at the University of Texas. Then went to Duke. That's going to be an offensive foul. And that's going to be on Caitlin Clark.
Veronica Burton just putting so much pressure on Caitlin. Nice push off, drawing the foul, but Caitlin Clark just finding Aaliyah Boston diving to the basket for an easy two.
Now 4 of their last 5 trips down the court, Indiana has turned the ball over.
But this is where Veronica Burton can separate herself from some of the other guards on the team. From a defensive standpoint, just show what she can do, what she can bring. And having the task of having to slow down Caitlin Clark is a tough job, and Veronica has stepped up to it.
Lexi Hull back into the lineup. Segrist thought she had it. Instead, Christy Wallace out of Australia. Second round pick back in 2018. Nice pass inside Smith. Smith with 5 in the ball game. Here's Sheldon being guarded by Clark, who is an outstanding defensive player. She checks every box. The turnaround, no. Smith likes to push it. She can run. On the reverse, count it. What a shot, Melissa Smith.
That's tough, Melissa. Just pushing in transition. No guards coming to get it. She said, I got it. Nice reverse, and Tierra McCowan got her across the head.
And Tierra McCowan picks up her second. At the line, it's going to be Melissa Smith.
Melissa Smith, 1 shot.
Dallas has missed their last 5 field goal attempts. First quarter, if you just joined us, Dallas trailed by as many as 11. Caitlin Clark hitting her first couple of 3-point attempts. And now Indy is on a 7-0 run.
Let's go Warriors.
Well, and J.C. Sheldon in the first quarter when she came in, she made a difference in the game, and that time Lexi Hull, being the defender she is, running through the passing lane, taking it the length of the floor for 2.
Lexi Hull, the third-year player out of Stanford. She's an aggressive defensive player, and she can catch and shoot threes. Enrique gets away from Wallace. Sheldon high, buries the 3. Her second from beyond the arc, and then she runs down and sets up defensively. That was hustle by J.C.
Yeah, great penetration by Enrique to find J.C. Sheldon spotting up for 3.
Tough cover for Maddie Segrist, and Melissa Smith can't get it.
Well, you know, and the thing is, if you didn't watch J.C. play at Ohio State, you may not know who she is. Because of the hype around so many other players coming out, a Caitlin Clark, a Angel Reese, a Karen Brink, J.C. Sheldon should absolutely be talked about more when you talk about this class.
And she can shoot the 3, as we just saw.
Yeah, J.C. Sheldon, defensively, she's getting it done. Offensively, she's getting it done. Enrique just penetrating, finding Sheldon from deep for 3. It's good. We got a good one, y'all.
Coach, good year, but we gotta take another step towards that chip in 2024.
I hear you. I'm working harder than ever.
Yeah, we know. It was the best year in franchise history. But I need some bling. We gotta do this.
I hope you're working on new options to capitalize on the break. You know, no one is stopping Reek, Saw, Tosh, and T in the open court.
I got you. I have been working night and day.
Have you? We want this bad, Coach. It's time for our WNBA team to hang a banner in Texas.
Cheryl?
Slips?
The GOAT?
Girls, let me just remind you, there are 4 Comets banners hanging down in Houston. But I do agree, it's time for another championship in Texas. But Coach T and the girls, they got this. Trust.
Okay, we'll be waiting.
But Coach, make sure you're working on new options to free up Reek.
Know that double team is coming every single time.
What the heck?
How do you take care of your mind health?
I take most care of my mind health by setting boundaries on myself.
Talking to my family, sleep. They might seem major at a time, but in reality it's just minor, so just letting it pass and, taking it easy.
It makes you feel good, when you handle some adversity and you come out of it even stronger. It gives you that confidence and it makes you feel like nothing can ever defeat you.
Mental health is important and it doesn't need to go unrecognized.
Be good to yourself.
Be good to each other.
Back here at College Park Center, where the Fever are up 42-36. Now, we've been talking about these rookies that have come along on the team, Jaylen Brown, J.C. Sheldon, but we have a new addition to the Dallas Wings coaching staff, and that is longtime WNBA player Jasmine Thomas. You're looking at her right now. She spent 13 years in the league. And assistant coach Brandy Poole was the one who planted that seed into Jasmine and told her your future in this league could be a head coach someday or even a GM. And Cheryl and Ron, I believe you guys watched her for a long time in the WNBA. I watched her when she was back at Duke, and she's one heck of a player, and I know she'll be one heck of a coach.
Listen, I am so excited about this hire for Dallas. I saw Jazz this morning, and I said, Jazz, you look like you could still run up and down this court. And she said, I might be ready for a 10-day if coach needs me. But I love this hire, and no better person for the players to learn from than Jazz Thomas.
The players were telling me earlier today that Jasmine Thomas is on them, coaching them up, but also getting on them. Lexi Hulshot, Maddie Segrist will run it down. What an addition for this coaching staff. Here's J.C. Sheldon again, out of Ohio State. Knows her parents are watching and probably quite nervous back in Ohio. Jaylen Brown, off balance shot. Segrist battles, tied up with Boston. Those are the intangibles that Maddie Segrist could bring to this team.
Absolutely. Maddie, again, is one of those players that she's going to just do everything her team needs to do. Shot goes up, she's crashing the board, she's not just standing there watching. And Maddie, I think, is going to have a coming out season this year for the Wings.
Now, one of the things Maddie Segrist has gotten is stronger. You can see it. She spent a lot of time trying to work on that. And since she also tried to work on getting more and more comfortable off ball screens, J.C. Sheldon fouls Christy Wallace. Get your tickets to the Wings home opener versus Chicago on May 15th. The game is presented by Wendy's. It's sold out, but keep your eye open. The first 4,000 fans are going to receive a Wings bucket hat, courtesy of Wendy's.
Do you have a bucket hat?
Yeah, I like them because they embarrass my daughters when we all go to the beach as our family. Just embarrasses the daylights out of it.
I want to know, how does it look on you?
It looked awful. It looked like a bad beer keg. Sheldon picked her second up, by the way. Christy Wallace, another one of those players that just plays smart. She plays hard. Blew her knee out her last year at Baylor, still drafted. Worked so hard to get back in Australia, and then she blew it again. Had a chance to get to know her over the last few years, dating back to Baylor, and Christy Wallace is just those quintessential team player for you.
Yeah, I remember Christy Wallace when she was at Baylor. I liked her then and what she brought to the team, and I really like her with this Indiana team. She's another one of those vets for this team, because when you look at Indiana, they're really young. The vets on this team, Erica Wheeler, I even put Christy Wallace in that. They could be really good for this young Indiana team.
Tough ball away. Jaylen Brown, what a debut tonight. She's got 10 in the ball game. And to think just a few years ago she was going to give up the scoring. Emma Cannon trying to get the rebound. Brown runs into Wings president and CEO Greg Pivot, his wife Tara.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, can you say a bucket? Because she is just flat out scoring the basketball from everywhere on the floor. That was a tough shot.
Did you get nervous? Because she was so copacetic, in warm-ups and sitting listening to some tunes, but Did you ever get nervous?
No. But you know why? And you talk about Jalen, it's about being confident in who you are and your ability, and it's not about your competition, who you're playing. It's about being confident in who you are.
Caitlin Clark with pull-ups got 16.
And that's what you can't do. I don't know who was guarding her, screen or not. You have to switch it if you get stuck on the screen, but you cannot leave Caitlin Clark wide open.
Segrist from 14 got it. Maddie Segrist has 6. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because in practice every day this week with Trisha Trammell and her staff as Clark can't get the 3 to go. Talk about ball screen defense. Here's Clark, baseline, they left her open. Enrique out battles 3 blue jerseys. And a nice pick by Wallace. Cherry picking Melissa Smith.
And
with
those
17.
are the types of things that Christy Wallace brings to the team. But for Enrique, her teammates should be yelling, saying something to her about someone is coming behind you.
Shot clock turned off, final 10 seconds. Clark with 16 to lead all scorers. Here is Enrique with 3. No, Clark's got it, and that's going to do it. The debut of Caitlin Clark, everything that was expected with 16. The debut of J.C. Sheldon of the Dallas Wings, everything that was expected. Halftime is in the books, 48-40, but this was a fast-paced game, the pace that Dallas wants to play. Jaylen Brown, though, big first half, standing by now with Siobhan.
Spent some time overseas playing basketball. You get that call to come to the WNBA. You make your debut tonight. What are you seeing out there in your first game?
It's a lot of competition, a lot of competitiveness. Like, I love it. This is the atmosphere that I belong in, and I'm ready to compete.
And they have Caitlin Clark, we have J.C. Sheldon, we have you. And what are you learning from the vets for you to be prepared for this moment?
I mean, the veterans have been great, teaching us everything. They've been very helpful with everything. We're just ready to go.
Is this something you want to see throughout this season and get that call to stick with this team?
Absolutely. The Dallas Wings is where it's at. Like, I love them. They're a great team to work with. I love the culture here. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Indiana outscoring Dallas 25-14 in that second quarter, and Alyssa Smith checks in with 7. Coming up at halftime, we're going to follow rookie J.C. Sheldon on draft night in New York, plus president and CEO of the Dallas Wings, Greg Bibb. He's going to be joining us, talking about all the exciting plans coming up, and Cheryl and I will recap the first half. 48-40, Indiana over Dallas at halftime.
All right, I'm here with Diamond Miller. We want to talk about MLK, very important day historically and currently. I'm a little bit interested to understand why you feel like it's important for us to continue to celebrate.
It's important to celebrate him just because what he done was like the unthinkable. He like changed the world. Just one person changed the whole course of history, and I think it's so cool and to recognize it. And as a black person, if it wasn't for him making the stands the way he did, I mean, I probably wouldn't even be able to play basketball at the level that I want to play at. So, yeah, it's really important to idolize and remember everything he has done and continue to push that envelope so the future is even better than what it is right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very important that we continue to celebrate and not let that just be something that happened in the past. And then today, I think that we all see that his work is not done.
Yeah.
Right? So why do you feel like it's important for us to continue to call out things when we see injustice?
I mean, injustice is everywhere, and unfortunately, because of the systems and what society has for us, that there's so many people that are still discriminated against, and it's important that we notice it and speak up on it so that in the future, it's always about the future. When you think about MLK, what he was doing, he knew that what he was doing now was going to help us today. And now we have to continue to make a stand so we're helping our futures.
Well, you talk a little bit about the past and you talk about the future. What does carrying on MLK's legacy and his dream, you always talk about his speech, I have a dream, right? What does carrying on his dream look like right now in 2024?
I think it looks like using your social media platforms, especially today. Social media is so important, and you can reach more people than ever before. So just standing up when you see some discrimination or injustice in your community, and knowing that you're not just doing that for yourself, you're doing that to continue to fight for stuff that we've been fighting for in the past.
Is that how you perceive fighting for change? Like,
yeah,
leaving it a little better than you found it, and using your social media and your voice to make sure that that's heard?
I try to, and honestly, I could be better with my social media on promoting injustice and stuff like that, but I feel like day to day, I know that I try to be the best so people don't feel discriminated against. And social media is great, but you have to do it in real life. You know what I'm saying? You can make a tweet saying you believe in this, that, and the third, but if you don't show it with action, that's one thing that was so important about MLK. He didn't just say this. He had marches, he had rallies and stuff like that. He made it known that we were going to do peaceful protests and stuff, and he didn't just talk, he showed with his actions.
I think that that's awesome. I think you have a great perspective. Even though you're so young, right? You're figuring out. You're like, I can use my social media more. But if you were to give small action steps to people as to the way that they could carry on MLK's dream and the way that they could impact injustice, what would some of those small steps be?
I feel like the most important thing is having the uncomfortable conversations, because some people just they're not aware. Like, nobody knows what it feels like to be a black woman if you're not a black woman. So it's okay to ask me questions and be like, how does it feel if I do this? Or how does it feel if I ask you about your braids? Just simple stuff like that is so important for our future, because maybe as a person who is not black, they don't know how to approach it. But as a black woman, I'm saying it's okay to ask me appropriate questions, of course, and so we can learn and grow and be aware of stuff that you might necessarily not go through, but you know maybe your friend or your boyfriend, significant other might go through.
I think that that's huge, having those uncomfortable conversations. I think that is one of the places where a lot of people get stuck.
Yeah.
And when you want to approach injustice and changes, you get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to talk about it anymore.
It's extremely hard to talk about something that you're not aware of, you know, especially if you're not a part of the injustice group or the minority group, you don't understand. So when you're hearing it, you're probably like, I don't go through this, so why you? You just don't understand. But it's okay to ask questions, I feel like. And that is how we push the boundaries, is we got to be uncomfortable. I mean, in life in general, in order to grow, we have to be uncomfortable at some point in our life. If we're comfortable, you know, it gets a little boring. You got to spice it up. You got to grow. So I think if we take that mindset and use that into how MLK, what he did, and continue to grow it, I think it will help the future for sure.
And with all of those action steps, with the uncomfortable conversations, with using your social media and your platform, in your opinion, in a few words, what does the fulfillment of MLK's dream look like to you?
That is a really good question. And honestly, I could say it's just my job right now. Like, it's the little things in my life that sometimes I take for granted. Like the fact that I'm playing basketball right now with all different races and ethnicities, that is crazy to think about, because MLK was just fighting for us to be in the same room. It's normal for us to be in the same room right now, so just continue to appreciate the little things, but also, like you said, continue to push the boundaries as well.
Absolutely, pushing the boundaries. I feel like, you know, MLK is a reminder that our work is not done.
Yeah,
it's not just in the past, and if we continue to take the action steps, the ones that you're speaking about, continue to push the boundaries, then we will eventually get to a place where we're just not sitting in the room together, but we're actually living and breathing and feeling equally.
Right, equal pay?
I think that's a place to start, absolutely. Yes, but equality in life.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Diamond, thank you for all of your insight, and thank you for spending a little bit of time with us as we celebrate MLK and to continue to fight for injustice.
We're doing the things that we need to do to put this franchise back where it belongs, where it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be a perennial playoff team, and if you're not careful, we're going to bite you in the butt and win a championship. That's who we're supposed to be.
While the record still leaves some to be desired, Indiana playing a lot better as the season has gone on.
They've been a lot more competitive, so I think that was kind of one of the things that you expected. You expect some growing pains when you have a very young team.
We have to trust the work that you're doing, right? There's no magic, snap of the fingers, okay, now you're going to understand it. There is just a process of continuing to work and continuing to work. And the more you put the work in, the more comfortable you're going to feel and the more confident that you're going to be on the floor and understand that.
The atmosphere has been electric inside the College Park Center in Arlington, Texas. We have reached the halfway point of the first exhibition game for both teams and the only one for Dallas. Indiana leads at 48-40. And joining me at halftime is the president CEO of the Dallas Wings, Greg Bibb. And Greg, we talk about the sellout, and this is my 9th year calling the games. This has been building. This isn't something that just happened overnight, and it's because of the forethought of you and everybody who run this team.
Well, number 22 for Indiana certainly has accelerated the growth. And by the way, she's not bad. But you're right. This is something that's been building here in Dallas across the WNBA for a number of years. And if we hadn't had that already acceleration of growth, I don't think this moment would be as big. But I think we are in a moment for the Dallas Wings, the WNBA women's basketball in general. It's a preseason game. It feels like a playoff game in here tonight. It's amazing.
It is incredible. And you think about the Dallas Wings, they've sold out their season tickets this year. You look at their single season ticket sales are astronomical, and the revenue skyrocketed this year.
I think we're 1,100% ahead in individual ticket sales year to date from last year, which, by the way, was a record-breaking year. So amazing times for the Dallas Wings and the WNBA.
But if you think that is good, wait till you see what the future is going to hold for the Dallas Wings. In a couple of years, the Wings are going to be moving to downtown Dallas. And what makes that special, I think, from player standpoint, that's your practice facility, that's your home, that's yours.
This has been home for the last 8 years, and look around tonight. It's an amazing atmosphere. UTA, College Park Center, the city of Arlington, fantastic partners. But there's a reality to 6,251 seats. We could have used about double that tonight.
Right.
A new building will give us more seats. It will give our fans more amenities, greater hospitality options, and will most importantly give our players a world-class training facility to call their own 365 days a year.
And I tell you, you can see right there, that is going to be the new convention center, the little round area there. That's going to be renovated, and it's going to seat 10,000 people. They're going to make it state-of-the-art, and you're going to have a practice facility there also.
To be a part of the city's decade-long redevelopment of the Convention Center District and be a heart of downtown Dallas for years to come, along with a world-class arena, along with a top-of-the-line practice facility that we'll call home year-round, it was a deal we simply could not pass up.
Well, we'd be remiss without thanking the mayor of Dallas and a bunch of Dallas officials who made this possible.
Yeah, these conversations started over 2 years ago, long before most people knew number 22 on the visiting bench, and really before people really started to get involved with women's basketball. So a credit to the mayor for his vision, a credit to city leadership for their vision. We were blown away from the first meeting, and again, they just made it a deal that was impossible to say no to. But for the next 2 summers, we're right here at College Park Center, and we look forward to a lot of victories between now and then.
And a lot of fans are also going to be part of this, an exciting future. Thank you, Greg. Good seeing you again, my friend.
Ron.
We're going to take a break. Other side, Cheryl Swoops, the Hall of Famer. She's going to come back, break down the first half of play. We'll have numbers and we'll have highlights, and they'll be in color this year.
Hey, we're a Cookie Society in Addison, Texas. I'm here with Marissa. How's it going today?
It's good. Thanks for coming to see us.
Of course.
So we started back in 2018 making cookies at home. My husband was in the NFL for 9 years, and I was sending cookies in the locker room. Never wanted to start a business, but they were really good, and one of his teammates tried to buy some. So I was taking orders online. It got to the point where people were ordering, but they were like less than 5 miles from where I was making the cookies. And so we decided to open our first storefront in Frisco. And about 2 years later, we opened up the one we're sitting in Addison.
I heard you on Oprah's Favorite Things. How did you feel, or what was your reaction when you found out you were on the list?
It was actually immediate panic. We had just opened our store 6 months before, and I was like, there's no way Oprah found me. And we still don't know how she found us to this day. So we actually did way more than they even projected for us. It was experience of a lifetime, and now everything feels easier because we got through that.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That really is incredible.
So push this whole lever up. It's like Willy Wonka. Push. There you go. Now click the green button and then step out the way. There you go. You're making cookies now.
And so I think it's just massive when whole communities like your fans can come out and show support and they tell their friends, and that's really how we grow, and we're really, really grateful. We just launched Take and Bake Cookie Dough. It's got the instructions and everything on here, and it also links to a video so you can make it at home. But this is in case you don't want to, come to the stores, you can pick this up.
I might need to.
This is for you.
On behalf of me and the Dallas Wings, we want to present you with an autographed ball.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Coach is saying that this game is more than just training camp exhibition. It's preparing for the regular season. And what we've seen in the first half is a fast-paced game. Once again, along with Hall of Famer, 3-time MVP, and one of the all-time greats in the history of Texas Tech basketball. I had to get that in. My daughter went there.
You.
And Cheryl Swoosh, you and I have been chatting about the fact that how fast-paced it is, and the fact we've talked about the rookies a lot, but then you have somebody like Jaylen Brown step up for Dallas.
Well, I mean, it has absolutely been a fast-paced game, but Jaylen Brown, you can consider her a rookie or not, but what I do know is that she has stepped up tonight and is showing Coach T why she deserves to be on this team.
Well, the people came here especially to see Caitlin Clark. She did not disappoint early, hitting the first couple of threes, including her signature long three.
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark finished 16 points in the first half because she just scores from everywhere on the basketball floor from beyond the arc. And Jaylen Brown, again, if you did not know her name, you will know her name after tonight because she finished the first half with 10 points, and she also is just scoring everywhere on the floor for the Wings.
And what I like about it also, she did those 10 points in just 12 minutes. Take a look at the numbers. Indiana, though, they were outstanding shooting the basketball in that first half, shooting 50%, holding the Wings to 39.
Well, when I look at the stats, points in the paint, Indiana, 20 points in the paint, Dallas, 12 points in the paint. And that's not just necessarily the bigs that are scoring. That's players like Erica Wheeler penetrating, getting in the paint, being able to finish at the basket. Dallas is going to not only need their bigs to do more for them in the paint, but I'd love to see Arike take a little bit more control this second half and look to score the ball some more.
J.C. Sheldon getting the start in the third quarter. Let's check in with Siobhan quickly.
Ron and Cheryl, to you guys' points, I was able to talk to head coach Patricia Chandler coming out of halftime. She says the fast break points are the difference in tonight's game. She says they're not being aggressive on defense. And she looked at that three-point field goal percentage, and she says they're out shooting us, guys. We need to get out on them and close them out on the three-point corner. And she also touched on points in the paint.
13-3 on fast break points in favor of Indiana. We've already seen Caitlin Clark. She's been playing on ball, off ball. She's run the offense at times. That's exactly what Christy Sides wanted to see from her. Dallas comes up with a loose. Arike, no. Christy Sides also said, I wanted to see how she's going to manage the game and get people in the right position.
Well, one thing that I have noticed watching this game, especially the first half, you and I talked about the pace of the game, how fast the game is, just both teams getting up and down a lot. That's one thing that's very different from Caitlin, per se, playing in the Big Ten,
right.
Things that the speed of the game was not as quick as it is right now, and that's going to be something that she's going to have to adjust to.
Natasha Howard's passes were unmarked last season, averaged 2.5 assists a game. That was off, and then Indiana returns the favor. You know, it's funny, you go back to the exhibition game, these two teams played last year. All 5 starters for Dallas played over 23 minutes. Arike played 30. Oh, beautiful pass. Wheeler with an easy layup. She goes into double digits. Then you look at Indiana with Mitchell, Smith, and Wheeler. They play 25 minutes. And we're seeing that same thing now. People are playing a lot of minutes, even though we didn't think so. Brown again.
Well, you know, both coaches talked about wanting to play players that they're still looking at, trying to decide who's going to make the team. And for Coach T, she has 5 players that she has to cut. So seeing her rotation, seeing the players she's playing, just trying to get a feel for who do we need, what what works well together. And I'm just going to go out and say it. One player that I know, 2 players she's probably not questioning, that is J.C. Sheldon and Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely. Sheldon picked the foul. That is her 3rd. It came with a double with Howard and Sheldon. Here's Wheeler. Step back, Enrique puts up the hand, but Wheeler drains it.
Erica Wheeler, I don't know what you did this offseason, but she has come out and she is playing ball tonight.
Well, she has killed Dallas last year. She had 21 assists in the final 2 games of the year. The floater goes, but the lead is still 9. You just joined us. Indiana led by as many as 11 in the first quarter. Dallas led by 4. Smith, step back, no. Nice box out, T-Mac. McCowan averaging 9 rebounds a game last season. Watch Christy Sides on the sideline. She is intense and dynamic. Really a ton of energy.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful ball movement by Dallas. I mean, Tiara McCowan, she needs to just get down low in the paint, on the block, and go to work.
Beginning of last year, Latricia Trammell told us, she said she should be a double-double person. She was close to it last year. Smith's going to be fouled. But she really believes she could be. Now, she averaged almost 12 and over 9 rebounds. But, you know,
I totally agree with that.
She should be a double-double.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, she had 15 double-doubles last year. That was 6th most in the league. That's Howard's first personal foul.
I think Kalani Brown should be a double-double also.
I agree. Speaking of, she's going to be checking in. Alyssa Smith at the line. 2nd pick in the 2022 draft in her 3rd season. Both years, though, she hasn't been able to play a whole season. She has had some injuries as Kalani Brown checks into the lineup. Now they're going to go the bigs. We're going to see the bigs. Sheldon went out. Dear McCowan went out. Wheeler on Enrique. Enrique likes to be guarded hard by people, she told us. Said it just gets her ready for the season. Uzan. Shot clock at 5. Enrique over clock. High arcer. Boston pulls it away. That's her 7th rebound tonight. Catch, shoot from DFW. No. Dallas will have it. That range is uncanny.
I mean, yeah. It is. It just, you know, and as a player, when you're guarding a player like that, nice back door. You're guarding a player like that, you look at coach and say, Coach, I'm in her space. I'm not really sure what else you want me to do.
I know. And her shot is so quick, and it's the same every time. Beautiful pass inside. Smith can't finish it. Howard pulls it away. And again, Enrique on Wheeler. Uzan, nice dish. Howard spins.
Oh, nice.
What a pass, Natasha Howard. Her 3rd assist of the ball game, and it was a beauty.
Ooh, that's pretty basketball right there.
That's our 2nd team foul number 3.
How about this?
I mean, Natasha Howard, just nice ball screen, finding Kalani Brown down low for an easy 2. Just great ball movement.
Well, she's assisted on the last 3 of Dallas's baskets. Celeste Taylor comes in. Second-round pick, 15th overall this past draft. Basically was known for her defense in college. Nice job defensively, Seb Uzun.
Great defense by Seb on that possession.
She has such a good feel for the game.
Well, you see how she gets up in Caitlin's space and not really trying to give her any room to get her shot off. Just nice job getting a hand on the ball.
Arike, a little pump fake. Tosh for three. Uzun's going to be fouled, and she was going for the rebound. Seb got the call that she was coming to Dallas at 3 o'clock in the morning Turkish time. She said she was flabbergasted. And she's making her presence felt. Clark picks up her third foul. We've got a timeout.
My challenge every year is just to get better every single year, and I feel like I did that. I feel like I grew in every category, and I feel like I'm just going to keep getting better. 2023 was great. I feel like this season was a great season. You know, going from 5 wins to 13 wins is tremendous, and it just shows the growth that we had over this past year, and I think it's only going to get better from here. I learned a lot about myself. You know, it's my second year of having an injury, so, you know, when I have injuries, it's just time to, you know, think about plans for the future and stuff like that. So I feel like I learned a lot about me.
What was the key for you to overcoming the injury and finishing the season strong?
I think it was more so just like the mental part of it, you know, getting back into, you know, playing again and getting back to, you know, how I started the season and just being consistent. And, you know, thank God we had all the resources I needed here.
A few games that really stood out in terms of highlights for you this year, but the Dallas game is probably as high as any of them. And you got to share it with Kelsey, the 30-point game for both of you. What was that experience like to play well, to have her play well with you, to win a game?
Yeah, that game was huge for us, being that we played Dallas, you know, the night before. It was kind of like just a revenge tour, you know, so going there and playing great in front of my family and my friends, being that I was in Texas, it was just a good feeling.
What do you want to be known for in the league?
You know, a championship program. You know, it's been a while since the Fever have done that. And with me and AB and all the other players that we'll have.
Back here at College Park Center, the Indiana Fever are up 54-50. I'm here with former Villanova women's head coach Harry Peretta. Just what have you seen from Maddie Seagrass from her days at Villanova to now with the Dallas Wings?
Well, she's really improved a lot. I mean, she's really active all the time. She was active at Villanova all the time. She was active today in this game. And she shoots a high field goal percentage also. And she's good on the offensive board. So she's actually playing really well, a little better than I thought she was going to play.
Now, I talked to Maddie earlier, and she told me that for the 4th game of her career versus Fordham, she went off in that first half with 20 points. And she had a conversation with you like, yeah, coach, you got to start me more. My question to you from Maddie is, why didn't you start her those first 3 games?
Because I wanted to teach her a little bit about working her way up the ladder. You know, I didn't want to just hand it to her. You know what I mean? So that's what I told her.
Maddie has done so well with the Wings. She's been a great addition to the team. What do you see as far as her staying where she is now and progressing later?
Well, she's really gotten better since she's gotten here last year. So I've seen an improvement in 1 year. So I expect to see even more improvement. The only thing I was mad about, she missed the 1-foot fadeaway. I taught her that when she was a freshman, so that bothered me a little bit.
So that's my next question. Whose fadeaway is better, yours or hers?
Well, the old school, me. I'm old school, so I taught her that move. I taught her to play like Larry Bird because she's not athletic, so I taught her how to be a slow player.
Ron and Cheryl, do y'all have fadeaway in your repertoire?
I think Cheryl does. I know. There's Maddie, the all-time leading scorer in Villanova history. Typical coach. She missed a 1-footer.
Well, my fadeaway isn't better than Coach Peretta, so I'm not even going to talk about mine.
Prior to the break, Dallas has scored on 5 of the last 6 trips down the floor. 5 different players scored in that span. Flash can't get it. Whistle and a foul is going to be called. That'll be against Indiana.
Well, Dallas, they have just come out this quarter, and they are doing a fantastic job on the offensive boards.
Foul was on Berger. That's her third personal foul. Clark, by the way, did pick up her fourth. And that's probably one of the questions a lot of players in the league had. How is Caitlin Clark going to handle the physicality? Oh, my. Here's the story. Jaylen Brown, 15 points.
Listen, I don't know what questions they had about Caitlin Clark or any other rookie, but I do know Jaylen Brown said, y'all are going to talk about me tonight. And she is just shooting the ball with confidence. Good backdoor by Enrique to find Jaylen Brown in the corner for a wide open three. That is just beautiful textbook basketball.
And she just wanted to give basketball one more year after playing in Sweden. It's been good. She was born with 2 club feet, had to wear corrective casts as Berger hits the jumper. And she said, my mom said I never walked. I just quickly, when my feet healed up, I just started running.
Wow, what a story.
Just an incredible young person. Here is Enrique with 8. She's been quiet tonight. Enrique, nice pass inside. Kalani Brown's going to be fouled on the play.
That is beautiful basketball. I love how Kalani just gave the ball back to Enrique. Enrique coming off. Kalani not staying at the high post, diving to the basket, able to draw the foul.
Taylor picks up her first. We got a quick second. We want to pass our condolences on to our outstanding producer for the last 8 years, Bob Steinfeld. About an hour before the game, got a call that his mother-in-law had passed away. He is not producing tonight. John Jagu has had to step in. But Sarah and Bob, our thoughts and prayers are with you. We miss you, my brother.
That's tough. Bob, you are definitely in our thoughts and prayers.
And that is good defense. Okay, so you challenge players like Sev. You challenge players like Jaylen Brown. They're stepping up to the challenge so far, both of them.
Absolutely, and we talked about that in the beginning, like what is it that you can bring to this team that will separate you from everyone else? And I know these players, they definitely have gotten the eye of Coach Trammell in this game.
Dallas on an 11-3 run. We're going inside of 3:20 to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Brown from downtown can't get it.
Ooh, it looked good.
Benlay with the rebound. Great international career for Temi. Wheeler played a lot of minutes. Tried a little French pastry. Shot clock at 3. Over Kalani Brown, no.
And Sev has been very impressive this third quarter.
Beautiful pass inside. The foul's going to be called, but Sev again threading the needle.
Just keeping her head up. Kalani Brown doing a really nice job running the floor, and Sev, nice pass to find big girl running the floor. That's a beautiful pass right on the money. All she has to do is just catch, turn around, and finish, and she's able to draw the foul.
Kalani Brown played a half a season in China, came back to the States. Get ready for this year.
Okay, Ron, you might not appreciate this, but others will. Kalani Brown's hair tonight is so cute. It is so cute.
I got 2 daughters.
Would your daughters wear this style?
I don't have any idea.
You don't know?
I gave up on that a long time ago.
It's so cute.
I think I could pull that off.
No, sir.
So we are tied at 56. 2:35 to play in the third. Berger. Enrique on her. Now they switch with Howard. Enrique mismatch against Smith. Smith can't take advantage of it. Tasha Howard knocks it out. If you're a kid who loves hoops, the Dallas Wings Youth Kickoff Clinic is just for you. The Wings Camp is open for kids 7 through 14 years old. It'll take place on Monday, May 27th at Grand Prairie Family YMCA. It's only $40. You'll get a ticket to a Wings game, prizes, and more. Visit DallasWings.com for more details. Taylor out front. Back Benley on the drive, has it knocked away by Kalani Brown.
Dallas, they have definitely picked up their defense this quarter.
And with 2:13 left. Turnaround Smith. Howard got her on the arm. Wow.
Ooh, no, Tosh was like, I don't know, ref.
Howard picks up her second. And you or I were on the conference call with Sue Blau, does a great job with officiating in the WNBA. And that was one of the things they talked about. You know, there's the high five where you just kind of get them after the shot, but I think that probably was a foul.
You do?
Yeah.
But it wasn't even a high five. It was a all ball.
Maddie Siegrist is going to come back into the lineup. Also checking back in, Emma Cannon. One of the consummate team players that the Dallas Wings signed in the offseason. Kalani's going to get a little bit of a break. And here is Nalissa Smith. $13 for Smith in the ball game to go along with 3 rebounds. Does a great job from the free throw line. Maddie Siegrist, the rim wasn't round enough. Taylor up ahead to Caldwell. Off balance, taken away, Brown. 3 on 2 if they hurry. Brown, pull up, 15, got it! My goodness!
That is JB. That is not Jaylen Brown. That is JB. Let's go. I love to see it. Just opportunity, and she is making the most of this opportunity.
7 in the quarter for Jaylen Brown, and Emma Cannon, nice defense, but commits the foul. Take a look at Brown.
Just pushing the ball in transition. Nice little hesitation in and out. Pull up, jumper. It is good. JB, we see you.
You know, we talked about the club fee, but you got to go back to her senior year in high school. She tore her ACL, her meniscus, compressed cartilage artery.
Wow.
And then she doesn't get drafted, goes overseas. I tell you, this is an incredible moment for her.
Wow. I mean, opportunity, yes, but a true story of just perseverance and never quitting and never giving up regardless of your circumstance. And she is right where she is supposed to be in this moment.
Smith gets the second, Indiana by 2. Inside of 1:25 to play in an entertaining exhibition game. Christy Sides wants the defense to move. That was their Achilles heel last year. Sides telling us last season, don't talk about my offense, my defense is terrible. And Enrique throws it away.
Well, Enrique's trying to find the hot hand, and that hot hand is JB. JB's doing the right thing because Enrique is going away from her. JB's trying to fill to the top of the key. Instead, Enrique's thinking my shooter's going to be either on the opposite wing or corner, and just turn the ball over.
12 turnovers for the Wings. Hand off to Caldwell. The turnaround drops it down. She played for the London Lions.
That's nice, Teeny.
Now playing for the Indiana Fever. Uzin. Cannon on the drive, and she has it rejected by Fagbenle.
Fagbenle. I like that.
Started her career actually at Harvard, then went to USC. Has played 61 games in the W. The most she played was way back in 2018 when she played 30. Brown almost got the and one. Well, I think you and I both expected that to go
I did.
down.
I surely did. I like the confidence that she's playing with also. Like, she looks like she's been here before. She looks like she belongs. Just so excited for this young lady.
Jaylen Brown. Been the surprise this year.
Wow.
This probably doesn't surprise the coaches. 11-second difference, shot of the game clock. 26 to play in the quarter. Indiana by 2. Berger tries to make it 4. Brown pulls it away.
Come on, JB. She's just doing it all right now.
Caitlin Clark has played 5 minutes here in the third quarter. Again, both coaches were going to manage minutes of a number of the players. Burton to Segrist with 1. Maddie floats it, can't get it. Dallas, though, outscores Indiana in that third quarter, 20-14. Jaylen Brown, what a third stanza, Cheryl.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown has been impressive, and as you said, she's probably not surprising the coaching staff. But Jaylen Brown, I see you, I hear you. We all are seeing what you can do, and Jaylen Brown has the Dallas Wings right back in it. This kid is good.
Away from the court in the bright lights, who is Aaliyah Boston?
Well, Aaliyah Boston first is a child of God, but someone that just likes to hang out, watch Netflix, get her hair and nails done, and just have some fun. It was a great season. I loved every single moment of it. It was great to learn and experience being in this new league, something that I've dreamt about since I started playing basketball, so super exciting. I think each game, the very first game against each of like the top bigs, they were a learning experience for me, because I think the different bigs, you know, they all have different skill sets, and so being able to adjust and work at it, it's just, I saw the improvement from game to game, so I was really happy about that. I think it just starts with the coaching staff. They were just really good this year, especially Coach Christie coming in, first-year head coach, just continuing to lead us. She motivates us so much, and I think just looking at us as a group, I mean, we've grown since the beginning of our season until the end of it, and so it's really nice to see what the future holds for us.
The shot you hit against New York to send the game into overtime, looking back on that moment, what stands out to you about it?
Just that I had the confidence to take it. I mean, the clock was going down and we needed 3, and so I just shot it, but I did hold my follow-through, so I was like, all right. Hearing that I was going to start the All-Star game as a rookie was actually like a shock. Like, I had no idea. I didn't even think that it was possible coming in as a rookie. I knew you could be an All-Star, but I never thought about being an All-Star starter. It was an amazing feeling, though, to go to Vegas and be in that game. I think just looking at the past couple of years to where we are now, it's just a stepping stone into where we're going to be. We've won 13 games this year, and that was a step up from the past 2 years, which is really nice. And when it comes to the playoffs, I mean, that's just something that we're just going to continue to work at. And it's just really nice to just continue to see the support now that I'm in the league, and just the continued attention that we continue to bring to the Fever. I just try to focus on my inner circle.
Welcome back inside the College Park Center. Ready to start quarter number 4. Dallas trails by 2. And Siobhan caught up with Latricia Trammell just a moment ago.
Coach Latricia Trammell, what did you like from your team in that third quarter?
I think playing more together, you know, moving the ball east to west that we talked about. Don't get in the ball stuck just to one side and try to go one-on-one, use your teammates. Right now, again, we're outscoring them 20-14 in this third, and so we got to really make a big punch right here in the start of the fourth.
And my last question is, any chest bumps for Jaylen Brown in your
get her, set it down, pray.
All right, we've got a dandy. Caitlin Clark played 5 minutes in that third quarter for Indiana, only took 1 shot, did not score. Both teams going with what we would consider second teamers. And the turnover. Brown takes it away.
Let's go, Lakers.
Here McCowan back in. Enrique with 5 on the shot clock. Works on Berger. The shot she wanted the foul. Not going to get it. Smith pulls away the rebound. And the steal. Here comes Enrique. On the drive, count it.
Yeah, Enrique was not too happy about that last call that she didn't get, turning up the defense. I see you, Enrique.
I mean, you look at Enrique last year, 68 steals. She is a very good defensive player. Worked hard on it last season. And Indiana increases the lead to 2. 64-62. Here is Brown. Lobs it inside. Tierra McCowan, nice job trying to keep Smith off her shoulder and Sexton.
Yeah, Enrique just picking up Grace Berger at half court, getting the steal, able to take it and finish for 2.
Dallas will have it. Trying to knock this game up. The only exhibition game for the Dallas Wings. Indiana will have one more. Brown with 3. A little hand-to-hand combat in the post, and Tierra McCowan's going to be fouled.
Well, and Dallas got lucky on that one because I see where Jaylen Brown is trying to go. Tierra McCowan with Victoria Saxton-Gardner on the block. That should be an advantage for Dallas. But JB needs to get a better angle to throw that, try to get that pass into Tierra.
And Dallas with a chance to tie it up or even take the advantage. Natasha Howard, yes, for the 3. Dallas has the lead.
Natasha said, I can still shoot that thing.
Now she had 19 made 3s last season. Caldwell, the hesitation. Correa, no. Alani Correa, the rookie out of Florida. Poor Tierra McCowan was way deep.
Yeah. Well, there's not much Saxton can do with that. And Natasha Howard just doing what she has always done. That is stepping up, knocking it down.
Howard had an incredible season last year, career high best assists per game. But the big game for her was versus Las Vegas. She had 32 and 10 in that contest. In the game that Dallas beat Las Vegas, Patricia Trammell and I were talking about it the other day. She says, you know, I think that may have been the turning point of our season. Our players realized we could play with the big teams. Into the hands of Uzun. Brown. Quickly getting it into Howard. Goes one way, goes the other, can't get it. Correa with the rebound. Caitlin Clark set to check back into the lineup for Indiana. Here's Berger. Enrique, that's her. I saw that coming. You saw the hand on the back on that one. That is Enrique's 3rd personal foul. Clark coming back into the lineup. Clark with 16 points, a couple of rebounds, and an assist today.
Well, Caitlin didn't play much that 3rd quarter because she picked up her 4th foul. So Coach Sides was like, need you to sit down just for a minute.
Nice reverse, no. Tierra McCowan the rebound. 9 of Caitlin Clark's 10 field goal attempts have been from beyond the arc. She's made 4 of them, by the way. Dallas with the advantage. Boy, again, McCowan has the post covered up. Brown has it poked away by the quick hands of Erica Wheeler.
Yeah, and I wish Tiara would have just stayed on ball side on the block and post up, because JB was absolutely looking to go inside to big girl.
Shot clock at 4.5. Howard will trigger it in. Enrique wanted it, got it. Pump fake, no. Offensive rebound. No basket. Foul before.
Was that, he called a jump ball?
A jump ball, I think, yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be a jump ball. Take a look at it, maybe we can figure out why.
Oh, I think Victoria Sexton had a lot of ball, but someone else kind of had a lot of forearm.
You know, you look at Victoria Sexton in her second year, she's competitive, but she was one of 5 drafted in the 3rd round last year that was still on the roster at the end of the year. She did a nice job last season. Deep in the corner, no. Kiera McCowan pulls down the rebound. That is her 10.
Let's go.
I tell you, T-Mac getting some minutes too. She's up to 18. Enrique's played 30. Brown and Howard both plus 20. And that's going to be out.
Time out on the floor.
Stephanie Suarez will come into the lineup for Dallas. We got a timeout. The Wings lead it by 1. We'll introduce you with the newest member of our broadcast team after the break.
With the 15th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Celeste Taylor, Ohio State University.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
With the 15th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Celeste Taylor, Ohio State University.
Celeste Taylor getting a big hug. She is headed to the Indiana Fever, where she will join Caitlin Clark, already selected tonight. This is such a good Defensive Player of the Year that she's won it in multiple conferences. The Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. This season, the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Last season, somebody who led the conference in steals this year and takes that skill set now to Indiana.
80 steals this season for Celeste Taylor.
We're about to go get a service. Nails and toes with pink toes.
We wanted a diverse set of technicians, so when you step into Pintos, you won't see any of one nationality. We also are the only salon or nail salon in the world that carries Beats Spider and iPads in every single pedicure station. My favorite is going to be the Pink Toes Signature Revive and Repair, what it does for the feet and the people that come back and how smooth their feet are. I would say right now the most popular, though, is going to be our lemongrass and ginger detox pedicure. It smells amazing. It comes out fresh lemons, fresh ginger, and fresh lemon.
Welcome back inside the College Park Center. I want to introduce again our semi-newest members. Did games with us last year. Fran Harris will be joining our broadcast team this year, along with Cheryl Swoops and the Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman. And we want to wish the best to our colleague for the last 8 years, Reagan Peebly, now with the LA Sparks as general manager. Good to have you back again, Fran.
Good to see you. Hey, Cheryl Swoops. What
okay, we got
Fran Harris?
But we got a Texas Tech and a Texas thing going on here.
It might get crazy. We like each other now. We didn't back then.
That's
but,
good.
Ron, I'm starting to not like her because she got my comfy chair over here.
Okay, yeah, I know. Now, there's a standing rule, and you can call Coach Peebly. You got to give me M&M's during games.
Oh, okay.
You know that.
I knew that. That's
Plain
right.
or peanut?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know.
All right, I got you.
Fran, your thoughts so far on this game and the play of Caitlin Clark?
Listen, early in the first half, it felt like a playoff atmosphere.
Right?
I mean, what is going on? This is feeling like it's down to September or October. Great competition at this point.
I was tired. I was like, I need a water break.
Yes, absolutely.
Here is Caitlin Clark. They jumped out on her with Tierra McCowan. That is a huge mismatch.
Number 15, Tierra McCowan.
How about this?
Squad.
The Houston Comets. Let's see. Okay. I know two of you.
Yeah,
and I know the legend Van Chancellor, former broadcast partner.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a pretty good team.
That was pretty.
What made that team so good, you two? Outside Clark again.
Is that Clark? I looked off.
I know. I looked off too. So I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
It was
Yeah.
5 of 10 from beyond the arc. Caitlin Clark, 19.
Stop it, Caitlin.
Brown tries to match. No, Clark the rebound. They've got numbers, and she will wisely hold it up. That quick pass. Suarez picks it off. And the foul's going to be on Wheeler. Now, since you both turned away, we'll show you a replay. How's that?
Well, I heard the swish, but I didn't know who it was. But that is absolutely what she does from deep.
All day long, my brother is sitting with me, and he said, she just changed uniforms. Like, it's the same thing, same dangerous player that's changed uniform, went from black to navy.
Obviously, you both were in the WNBA. How long before there's a book? I mean, we have the book from college on Caitlin Clark. How long before they say, okay, we've got to do X, Y, and Z defensively? I'll start with you, Cheryl.
We've got to do X, Y, and Z defensively on Caitlin?
Yeah, I mean, when do they start understanding more about her?
Oh, no, now. No, seriously, so here's what I think. The championship game, even the semis, with the way UConn and Mika Mule defended Caitlin, and then with South Carolina, Raven Johnson, I thought they kind of had the blueprint, right? When she's going right, this is what she wants to do. When she's going left, this is what she wants to do. I think the only difference will be she will have more of that type of defense on a nightly basis versus just in the championship game.
Yeah, and I agree. I think bigger, faster, stronger, better is what she's going to see every night. You know, she may have gotten that kind of defense in the playoffs in the NCAA tournament, but every single night, every arena she goes to, she's getting bigger, faster, stronger, better ballers.
Tierra McCowan picked up her 4th personal foul, by the way. I mean, you look at Aaliyah Boston, for instance. Last year, at the beginning of the year, she played a lot of one-on-one. People started to figure out how to defend her. And then Aaliyah Boston, to her credit, became a pretty good passer, which is her goal this year to become even better.
Well, that was one thing I talked to Aaliyah about earlier. So when you come into the W, players are going to respect you, but players are also going to go at you.
Right.
And I think with Aaliyah last year, and to all of her credit, she came in, she did what she was supposed to do, but you have to know you have to get better. Because players are now going to understand your game, what you do, so you have to find ways to get better every single year.
And that's Caitlin, too. She's got to go deeper in her bag. She's got to figure out what else she has in that arsenal, in that toolkit to get past some of these great defenders that are sometimes going to be 6'3", 6'4".
Oh, slick pass from Clark on the inside. And that's one of the things General Manager Lynn Dunn was talking about. Caitlin Clark's hands are strong and good. She can make a pass, but make it hard.
Yeah, that's the part of her game that people say that folks are underestimating. Caitlin Clark has that shot, but she's one of the best assist women in the WNBA. Looking forward to seeing her the rest of the season.
We got a timeout with 3:51 to play. We'll be back to Arlington after this.
It's a huge night for Aussie basketball here in Brooklyn. The talk of the town might be Caitlin Clark, but we've got a bunch of Aussie girls on the board, so let's get ready to see where they land.
With the first pick, Caitlin Clark. Second pick, Cameron Brink. With the 12th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Atlanta Dream select Nadia Patch from Australia.
With the 20th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Atlanta Dream select Isabel Borlase. With the 29th pick, the Phoenix Mercury select Jazz Shelley.
I'm here with number 12 pick, Nadia Poch. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
There was a quote of yours in the presser just before, Nadia, you mentioning that, wow, these Aussies can play.
Yeah.
Is being an Australian something you hold as a chip on your shoulder every time you go out there and play on the basketball court?
I just think, being in Australia, growing up there, that is just, we've got so much talent and we are such great players, and this is the best league in the world, and being able to come up here, getting drafted and getting your name called is such a privilege, and I feel like everyone back home should be able to experience this.
I'm here with the one and only Kane Pittman. Kane, what did you think of tonight?
No question. Everyone came here to see Caitlin Clark. Everyone knew that she was going to go number one, but ultimately, for Australian basketball, we had a great night as well with 3 girls getting picked.
Kane, hot take from you, all right? We're going to use this before we wrap. Who are you most excited to see coming into the WNBA season?
Well, it's interesting. I'll stick with the Australians, and Jazz Shelley, we've spoke with her a little bit over the last few weeks, and she's ready to play. She already played in the WNBL. She spent 5 years in college, now goes pick 29 to Phoenix. It seems like a team that might want her to come into the team straight away. So Jazz Shelley for mine, I can't wait to see her in the league.
I like that, Nadia. That's my take for me, all right? Kane and Marley Show, we are wrapping the WNBA 24. Catch you guys at the next one.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Well, thanks, Fran Harris, for stopping by. You'll be able to see her throughout the season, along with Nancy Lieberman and, of course, Cheryl Coop, who joins us now. I think the young ladies that are in attendance tonight have gotten exactly what they came to see. Caitlin Clark shining.
I think they got good basketball. They may have come to see Caitlin, but they got a great show from J.C. Sheldon, from Jaylen Brown, and we still have 3.5 minutes to go in this game.
Let's see who gets the minutes. They allow, again, Kalani to repost Boston. A piece of it. Kalani continues to work, and a foul is going to be called. See, that is something that the great Hubie Brown taught me. If some post kicks it out, let him repost again and get it back down in there.
Yeah, well, because sometimes it's not going to be there on that first play, right? Sev doing a nice job of finding Kalani. Kalani stays with it. I would have loved for her to maybe kick it out, even though I thought she got it. I thought it was a foul.
I thought it was a foul, too. And I think Jenna Cross is going to talk to him about that. Sellout crowd on hand tonight. Now they're going to talk about it. We both thought it was a foul. And they're going to say, no, it was a D to jump ball. Again, the Dallas Wings will be making probably 5 cuts tomorrow. I want to say probably, because they have time. Ball bounced around into the hands of Clark. The lead is 3. Indiana has led by as many as 11. The biggest lead for the Wings, 4. Clark from way downtown. The scoop and the score for Erica Wheeler.
Erica Wheeler has looked really good in this game tonight. Dallas needs to get back to playing that defense that they played in the third quarter.
Natasha Howard launches and rolls over the 3. Her second of the ball game.
This is when the OG shows up. Natasha Howard said, hold on a minute, y'all.
This is where the players are saying, this is not an exhibition game. We want to win.
Absolutely.
Wheeler. Now they have to switch, and that's going to be a foul on Enrique. A little bit of a hook on Boston. Let's go back to Flash.
Well, Sev doing a nice job of finding Natasha Howard just wide open from behind the arc. Not really sure what kind of defense that was that Indiana was playing, because Natasha Howard has proven she can knock down that shot.
Well, it's the kind of defense that'll make Coach Sides go nuts. Brought her in to build culture, to build defense. Christy Sides has done an outstanding job. Finished her collegiate career playing at Louisiana Tech in Ruston. 2.5 left in the ball game. Clark. Nice feed, Boston to Smith, rejected, no. Brown thought she had all ball.
Oh, I don't know. JB. Great ball movement by Indiana. Aaliyah diving, finding. Oh, I don't know. Jada looked like she got that up top.
Dallas is going to challenge it. So they're going to go over and take a look at it and see if that was indeed a block with 2:19 to play in the ball game, and it's just a 2-point lead. Everybody's staring up at the big board here at the College Park Center.
Well, Jaylen Brown absolutely was like, oh no, that was all ball, ref.
Okay, we're going to give you a couple of different looks. Here's from up above.
I think it was on Natasha Howard.
Yeah, that may have been.
I don't think it was on Jaylen Brown. Natasha Howard did foul her before. Right? Well, you can't see it from that angle.
May have got a little body there. Now they're going to take a good hard look at it. One more look at it will get you another angle.
I thought Natasha may have gotten her first.
This is a little bit different angle. Well, if it wasn't Natasha, that looked pretty clean to me.
Yeah. If it wasn't Natasha, that angle looked like JB got all ball.
Veronica Burton got the started point guard this season in her 3rd year. Did a good job at the beginning of the ball game. But again, both coaches saying we've got to evaluate players. Yes, we want to win. As we look at it one more time.
That's Natasha Howard. I think Natasha got her on the face.
It's just hard to tell on that angle if Tosh got her. Both Christy Sides, Latricia Trammell talking about how this is a big test to see where they are. Kind of a barometer game where you are in camp, is it not?
Oh, absolutely it is. And, you know, it's different for Dallas. You know, they only have one preseason game. And it's one thing to evaluate talent in training camp and practice against each other. But the way you can really evaluate that talent and figure out what you need, what you're missing, who you want to keep is when you're going up against someone else.
The challenge is unsuccessful.
The Dallas challenge is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. She loses her challenge, and she had no more challenges on that other time.
So LT loses the challenge, no more left. Jaylen Brown and Enrique still pleading their case for their head coach. I love it. And at the line, it's going to be Nalissa Smith. Look at this Indiana team. The culture, night and day from 2023. Started to build it during the season. This year, players stayed around. They worked out. This is a good, solid core of players for Indiana. 2nd youngest team in the league last year.
And this is all without Kelsey Mitchell.
Exactly. Once again, Kelsey Mitchell tweaking an ankle. Damaris Dantas not playing. Katie Lou Samuelson tweaked an ankle. 20 for Smith. Arike, yes. 14 for Arike.
It's so pretty.
2 minutes.
Go inside of 2 to play in the ball game. Boston, Kalani Brown kind of got turned around, but got the loose ball into the hands of Sev Uzun, the 26-year-old rookie out of Turkey. Second Turkish player to play in the WNBA.
Oh, Natasha Howard, Caitlin Clark on the block. You got to get it to her.
2 to shoot. Brown's going to be fouled by Lexi Hall.
No shot, the foul was on the floor.
Yeah, there was an open player down there.
Well, Natasha Howard saw the mismatch, so she was trying to get down to the block. But Jaylen Brown, who I'm not mad about it because she has had the hot hand, decides to put it on the deck and she draws the foul.
Grab your friends, youth team, local nonprofit, or business associates and make it to group night out at the Wings games this summer. Groups of 10 or more, you're going to receive discounted prices. Have the opportunity to participate in on-court experiences such as high-fiving players, receiving an autographed ball, and more. All you got to do is email tickets@dallaswings.com. That's tickets@dallaswings.com, or visit Ticket Central on dallaswings.com for more details. Don't want to miss any of the action this season. 8th tie of the ball game, 75 seconds left. Caitlin Clark will try to untie the game. The numbers for Clark tonight. I'd say the debut has been successful.
Well, and even though it's a preseason game, right? It's not regular season, it's a preseason game. But for any player, especially a rookie, it's nice to be able to come in and have that type of game, those types of numbers, because it does a lot for your confidence.
21 for Caitlin Clark. On top to Arike. Tosh was open underneath with 5 to shoot. Arike, the floater, baseline, got it!
That's tough, Arike, and she's looking for the foul.
Arike's got 14, knots it up at 76.
I mean, well, you knew Arike was going to work with the ball in her hands. That is tough. Nice little one-footer runner, fadeaway.
Here is Clark. Told us today she's grateful for having the opportunity. She loves all the activities she's had. And the hoopla for 3. No. Smith tried to take it away from Howard. 34 seconds to play in regulation. Clark on the drive, and she is going to have it knocked away. No foul. That was a block. Welcome to the W.
Well, Natasha Howard has been patrolling the paint all day. That might have been off of Caitlin's head. Seriously.
It was. It doesn't look like it was.
But they gave it to Indiana.
Yeah. Well, Natasha's making her case.
Well, Natasha has patrolled the paint the whole game today.
Well, she said her parents are going to be watching on TV. They might be nervous. Here it is again.
It's a great block by Tosh.
Looks all ball to me. They'll have 2 to shoot. 26.7 left on the game clock. What I like about Caitlin Clark today, the way she handled the media was so impressive. She said the pressure has always been there, but she's just going to go about things the way she always has. So let's talk about this. 26.7. They have 2 to shoot. Give us some strategy.
Okay, so it's Indiana's ball, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you can never go wrong with throwing some type of a lob inside to Aaliyah Boston, Melissa Smith. 2 seconds on the shot clock. There's enough time for a catch and shoot.
Well, Dallas will get the ball back, but they are now out of timeouts. No challenges remaining. Indiana still with 1 timeout left. Clark will trigger the inbounds pass.
Some kind of lob to the basket.
Tried to sneak it inside, taken away. Uzun had it, shot clock goes off. Or did they call a foul?
Shot clock violation.
And it was a shot clock violation. I was watching Latricia Trammell. She didn't seem happy.
Which time?
Yeah. So Dallas will have it with 23.4 left in regulation. Check that 24.7. They added a second.
Good D by Seth. Okay, are we going to overtime?
Well, we might. Now, Latricia Trammell, what a job she did last year. And what stood out off the basketball court for the Dallas Wings last season, the players loved the coaching staff, starting with LT.
Well, LT came into the Dallas Wings organization, and she understood what she kind of wanted the identity of the team to be. And what I love is how the energy that she brings and how she just gets in there with the players. And the players have so much love and respect for her that they want to play hard for her. They want to win for her. And the season they had last year was very impressive. But I look for Dallas to not only do what they did last year, but possibly even more.
And Christy Sides now team has to go on defense. Again, Dallas, they gave Dallas a timeout back. So both teams have a timeout remaining. Here is Caitlin Clark. Started out with a fury. It's just invigorating the crowd.
We know there are lots of fans in the arena with their number 22 Iowa Caitlin Clark t-shirts on, and she did not disappoint those fans that came to see her. And what a great night for not only Caitlin in Indiana, but for JC, for Jalen, for the Wings. And when you look at the fans and the environment and the atmosphere, it is so electric in this arena for a preseason game.
It is loud. Seb Uzun will inbound the ball for Dallas. Jalen Brown on there with Howard, Kalani Brown, and Arike. Kalani trying to get position on Boston. Arike will hold it up. Now with 10, Arike moves. Arike on Hull. Arike, step back for the lead. Got it! Arike, 9 points in the fourth quarter.
Listen, Arike, I see you. That is a nasty little hezzy crossover step back, nothing but net. Well, it got a little bit of rim, but this shot right here, oh, that's tough.
Oh, that's nasty. That is just sick. We've seen it happen time and time again with Arike here in Dallas.
My goodness.
No
you know
surprise.
what? That wasn't sick. That was stanky.
Got to get another look at that with just 3 seconds left.
You talk about being confident in just your game, your shot. It didn't really matter how she shot the ball the whole game. Was there ever a doubt or a question who was going to have the ball in their hands and take the shot at the end of the game?
Watched her this summer work out here at the College Park Center in the practice courts. Intense workouts every week for Arike in the offseason. She is focused. She's the hardest worker in practice. Pays attention to everything going on for this team. So now will Clark get it with 3?
Well, so J.C. Sheldon back in the game for defensive purposes on Caitlin Clark now.
Hall will trigger it. Looking for Wheeler. Got it. With 2. Shot at the buzzer. Not going to do it for Caitlin Clark. Arike Ogunbowale with the game winner. Caitlin Clark not able to get the shot that would have given them the lead. And Dallas, in their only exhibition game, they win the final 79-76. Caitlin Clark, by the way, still an impressive evening. 21 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists. But Arike really showed us that she is the Dallas Wings.
So Arike showed us that she is her. I see you. What a shot.
So a lot of smiles, and for good reason. But you have to talk about the game that Caitlin Clark had. She didn't get the last shot, but she showed us everything that we thought she would have. But it was Arike. Arike ending up with 19 points in the ball game. Siobhan standing by with it right now.
Great mid-season form with the crossover and the step back dirt. Take me through that play.
Yeah, I wouldn't say mid-season form. Thank God I made that. That was the only 3 in the game, but team handled business. I mean, first game, it's always pretty tough, but everybody handled business. Just thank God I made that one.
And talk about your team tonight, and especially the play of the rookies, J.C. Sheldon, Jalen Brown. They played outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bright future. Like I said, that obviously wasn't our best game, but it's the first, game of the season. We just getting our feet wet. We got a lot to improve on, but I'm glad we won at home.
Go enjoy your team.
So Arike gets the game winner. Latricia Trammell gets the victory, albeit an exhibition game. Now the tough business starts for Latricia. Let's check in with Cheryl, standing by now with Caitlin Clark. Cheryl.
All right, Caitlin, your first WNBA game, was it everything you expected it to be? I know it wasn't the outcome you wanted, but tell us, how did you feel about your first performance?
Yeah, I thought we played really hard. Just a great atmosphere for women's basketball. I think it's a good kickoff to the WNBA season. I think the way we played, there's some things we could have executed a little better. I thought we could have got into our offense a little bit better. The pace was amazing. That's fun basketball. People like to watch, but overall, definitely what I expected.
Yeah, so what do you take away from this game? Besides the fact that you guys didn't walk out of here with a W, what do you take away from this game that you want to improve on moving forward?
I think just the little things. I think knowing when to push in transition and knowing when to slow up and run our offense a little bit better. I think overall our defense was pretty good. I thought we could have gotten better in some areas. I thought we could have passed the ball a little bit better, but overall, a lot to learn from. These are good learning experiences for us. This doesn't count. Go back and watch the film. Film doesn't lie, and learn from that.
All right, thanks. Good luck the rest of the season.
I think everybody's got Caitlin fever. What a night tonight. Sellout crowd at the College Park Center at Arlington. Caitlin Clark ending up with 21 points, but comes up on the short end of the stick. The final, courtesy of Arike Ogunbowale's big-time shot, 79-76 for Cheryl Swoop, Siobhan Herndon, and our entire crew in Arlington, Texas. I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks so much for watching. Up next, the regular season of Dallas Wings basketball and the WNBA.